Crispy, crunchy. Oh, and warm still, and they smell incredible. That is so, so delicious. Hello and welcome back to the Cupcake Jemma channel with me, Gemma. I'm here in the studio again with Dane and Nikki. And if you're a bakery tour fan, like I am, you will know that one of my favourite things I've ever eaten on the bakery tour is Arome Bakery's honey butter toast. Now, this stuff is the stuff of dreams. A doorstep slice of Shokupan bread, slathered in this delicious, sweet, spready, pasty stuff, and then baked, so you end up with the softest bread encased in like a caramelized, chewy, sweet crust. It is the stuff of dreams, it's delicious. And I must have eaten it there a million times, but yesterday I actually shared my recipe for Shokupan bread. Now, if you're lucky enough to live near a bakery that sells it, go and get some, and then you can do what I'm about to do, making honey butter toast. But if you're a baller like me, you'll bake your own Shokupan. So check out yesterday's video and make yourself bread. It's really, really satisfying. It's a very, very easy bread, but there are a few different stages. So you start off by making a tang song, which is basically a paste made with flour, milk and water, which you cook down for quite a long time to make a really, really thick, sticky paste. And this is what gives the bread its really soft, fluffy texture. Now, when you make your dough, you mix your cooled tang song with an activated yeast, milk, sugar, milk powder, flour, salt and butter until you have a smooth, stretchy dough that passes the window pane test. After its first proof or bulk ferment, you divide the dough and shape it into little rolls, and then after a second proof in the tin, it's baked to create this perfectly fluffy, delicious white bread. And this bread is so good for so many things. I had it toasted this morning with my daughter with a bit of jam on, delicious. Now, to make honey butter toast, it's really easy. I do prefer to use day-old bread for this, it works a little bit better for the spreading. But you're gonna need to make the paste, and that is really simply very, very soft spreadable butter. I'm using unsalted here, and as you can see, it is smushy, smushy, smushy. So pop that in a bowl, 40 grams of that, and then add 40 grams of light, soft brown sugar, 20 grams of runny honey, or you could use set honey if you prefer, and then a good pinch of sea salt. And then just using a little spatula or a spoon, just smush it all together to create a really nice, smooth paste. Now, this amount will be just about enough for 2 slices, so just multiply accordingly if you want more. I have my loaf of Shokupan that I baked yesterday. As you can see, it's lovely and square, so this is gonna be very, very satisfying. Cut the crust off because, I mean, I love a crust, but it's not really the one for honey butter toast. And then you want your slices to be at least 1 inch to 1.5 inches thick. You want to keep your crusts on, so I don't want to hear. I don't like crusts. Crusts make your hair curly, people. So keep those crusts on, but also it helps to keep the structure of these guys intact, because I have tried it without the crusts and it was very messy, very, very messy, because the bread is so soft inside, so you do need that structure. So I'm just literally going to spread all this lovely paste on both sides of my bread and along the crusts as well. So you want to make sure you cover every single crumb of this slice of bread. And when you get to the sides, just a very thin coating will be ample. Great, these are slathered plentifully. So now I'm gonna bake them, and I've got my oven preheated to 170. I'm gonna bake them for 16 to 18 minutes, but I'm gonna flip them halfway through, just to make sure that they're nice and golden all over. Guys, they're out and they are crispy, crunchy. Oh, and warm still, and they smell incredible. Mmm, look at that. Fluffy bread inside, crispy and chewy. I'm gonna prove it right now. Oh yeah, so delicious. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that, sorry Arome, I think I prefer my own. Just kidding, I'm still coming to you guys. That is so, so delicious. What a satisfying bite. Really buttery, really sweet, a little hint of honey, just salty enough, and that bread inside all warm and doughy. Oh, yum. This would be nice with a bit of ice cream, perhaps, or maybe make an ice cream sandwich. I can't do that because I've got incredibly sensitive teeth, so I struggle with ice cream sandwiches, but you do you, people. Anyway, if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up down below. It really does help us understand what you guys are enjoying. And also, if you make this, don't forget to put it on Instagram using the using the hashtag Cupcake Jemma. And if you're a member of the Bake Club, you can pop it in the chat there and we'll all have a little look and give you a round of applause. Also, in a couple of weeks, on the 28th, which is a Sunday, on the 28th of April, we're going to be doing another live bake-along here in the studio. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel, make sure you're following us on Instagram for all the details on what we'll be baking, when, how, and all the bits and bobs you're going to need. And also, if you're a Bake Club member, you'll have special access to a live Q&A after that bake. So head over to Patreon and become a Bake Club member if you can. It all really helps us and helps support the channel. We are super grateful when you do that. Anyway, I'm like waving this around and I can smell it. It's like wafting delicious aromas into my nose. So I think I've done all I need to do and say all I need to say. All that remains is to eat this whole bit of toast to myself. Laters. Mmm. Yummy.